The Yorubas are one of the three largest ethnic groups of Nigeria, concentrated in the southwestern part of the country. The ethnic community constitutes 21% of Nigeria's total population, making them the second largest ethnic group in Nigeria as of 2022. The indigenous Yoruba religious system provides a framework for numerous cults that extensively defines its culture. They execute rituals to foretell the future, harness magical powers, and gain insight into the cosmic forces at the action. Primarily, Yorubas are well known for their flashy and expensive lifestyle, including dress codes such as Aso-Ebi, which was originated by them in the 1920s. And the spraying of money at festivities that follow every ceremony. A conventional celebration such as a wedding cannot be complete among this ethnic group until the money is lavished on the celebrants. According to Toyin Falola, a Nigerian historian and professor of African studies, the Yorubas see money in different ways, and often, money is perceived as a spirit. The practice of dashing or spraying money onto one's head, neck or chest, where we commonly see at various ceremonies and events, can be traced back centuries ago to Yoruba-Land, Ilé-Ifẹ, what we know today as Nigeria. The Yorubas would pin cowries on an ornamental shrine honoring the human head called Ilé-Ori, which in English translates to the house of head, believed by the Yorubas as the container of the soul and the ultimate determinant of one's luck as a spiritual practice. Island cowrie shells were expensive to obtain and were valued as currency before the introduction of coins and paper money. Beside their use of currency, cowrie shells were considered the basis of Yoruba numerals, ritual paraphernalia, and artistic decoration. The pinning of cowries onto the Ilé-Ori would symbolize good luck, respect, success, and that the head is infinitely wealthier than the wealthiest. Therefore, the practice of spraying has always had a significant meaning, and it is not just the action of throwing money into the air above one's head, or pinning money onto the head to celebrate and grace an individual, but a historical ritual practiced by the Yorubas. Paper notes and metal coins were officially introduced as legal tender by the British to West Africa in 1912, after the currency change was resisted by Yorubas in 1891, and had ultimately replaced cowries as a form of currency. The Yorubas would extend their ritual from pinning cowries onto an Ilé-Ori shrine, to dashing one's physical head with paper currency, honoring an individual. For instance, the ritual intonation of oriki, which means, praise the head, is the oral praise poetry of the indigenous Yoruba communities. Oriki occupies an important place in the language of Ashe. Ashe is the divine force, energy, and power incarnate in the world, a language which captures essences and influences events. An oriki exercises a command over its subject. A reciter reciting an oriki is usually accompanied by a talking drum, gong. The drum reinforces and echoes the tonality of the chant. In secular life, a person praised by an individual reciting an oriki must dash the oriki chanter or drummer with money, or risk loss of reputation, status, and the very qualities of praise. The oriki element of Yoruba culture serves the following purpose. The poetry and entertainment value is great and refreshing at weddings, or at baby naming ceremonies, to mention a few of these events, when the oriki of that person is being chanted. The practice of dashing had expanded beyond dashing a person reciting an oriki, and had started to emerge into other celebratory events, such as birthdays, graduations and most notably, weddings. Friends, families, and other guests attend the event to spray money to honor and grace the newlyweds boastfully. Other ethnic groups neighboring the Yorubas in Nigeria had also borrowed this cultural practice. It is highly preferred to use banknotes that are brand new, clean, and crisp. Banknotes are placed on the person's head.
Dashing with money, as it is called.
Neck. Or chest, and then the cash drops to the ground. The more time a celebrant dances, the more money will be showered. Following the event, friends and family members pitch in to assist in collecting the money for the person of honor. Dashing amongst Nigerians gained momentum when Nigeria was experiencing an oil boom in the early 60s. This was immediately after their independence, and the country was enjoying maiden self-rule. Fundamentally, the Nigerian economy was thriving, and money was readily available. People would attend events to dash cash for show-off and opulence. According to the history of the official Nigerian currency naira, it was almost twice the United States dollar. So when attending events or ceremonies, Nigerians would exchange naira for dollars, so for every 1 naira they could get hold of 2 separate dollar bills, and this was the starting point of dollar bills being dashed and sprayed at events throughout the country. This took dashing to a whole other level, as Nigerians would start to dash cash as if they were spraying water, thus the term dashing would eventually be coined as spraying. During this period, the Yoruba music genre, Fuji, had started to emerge, and became a very popular music genre amongst the Yorubas in Nigeria, after Juju music. Fuji music is a heart-melting genre, given the donation and repetition of a syllable in the Yoruba language. Fuji artists employ this rhythm to praise the people present at live shows, who in turn splashes money as the band or artist performs. In addition, Fuji artists incorporate the recitation of oriki in their music to entice the people or person who they're reciting an oriki for, or simply sing and heaps praise to them, and in return they would be graced with the practice of spraying. Fuji music is the epitome of money spraying on the bar. The more cash that's sprayed, the longer the live band plays for the spraying dancers. However, the money spraying culture soon became a breeding ground for corruption for those in office wanting to maintain the lavish lifestyle. Additionally, this lavish lifestyle brought about the Yahoo boys who would defraud companies and people, with the help of technology later on in the late 80s due to a series of economic crashes, resulting joblessness among young people in Nigeria. The fraud came to be famously referred to as 419, coined from the Nigerian Penal Code. Yahoo boys could attend several parties across Nigeria to throw money into the air, and onto celebrants lavishly, which in turn, further engraved the term, spraying, into Nigerian culture. In the midst of this all, as a result of major economic and political changes within Nigeria during the 70s to late 80s, there was a mass migration of Nigerians migrating to the United Kingdom in the United States. This migration meant Nigerians had also brought along their traditions and customs, and ultimately made an impact in the diaspora by commercializing their traditional practice of spraying. Non-Nigerians believed the money Nigerians, Yorubas in particular, spend on their traditional attire, aso-ebi, and their traditional practice of spraying is a wasteful consumption. However, this did not stop them adopting this cultural practice. The practice of spraying has become so pervasive that they can be observed being put on exhibit across the world at the present day. In clubs and entertainment joints playing Yoruba music, live bands or artists provide opportunities for videographers, dancers and even money changers, from one currency to another at standard rates, to make a killing. Essentially, the band or artist praises an elite who in turn, sprays the band crew as long as their requested song is performed. In modern day, the practice of spraying is even taking new trends, with Nigerians devising sophisticated ways to spray, for example, using spray guns to rain notes on the celebrant, or honoring one by spraying money at the feet. Or in a bag of a celebrant or performer. Principally, the Yorubas hold high esteem for people who spray the most notes. At an event, the number of people spraying banknotes depicts the social status of a person. Overall, spraying, or dashing as it was once called,
Dashing with money, as it is called, shows appreciation of a person's talents or services.
Has evolved over time. What started as a spiritual practice pinning cowries onto a shrine honoring the human head, to then dashing money onto a person reciting an Oriki praise poem in Yoruba-Land Ilé-Ifẹ. Had evolved into a lavish lifestyle of splashing banknotes over the heads of celebrants and performers. Many Yorubas still hold onto their traditional practice and belief that money is a spirit, and honoring a person by dashing their head in which they believe is the container of the soul, is a symbolism of good luck, respect, wealth and success, whilst many partake and view the practice as pleasure and entertainment.
Swagger. I got too much swagger.